Hello and welcome to AD Productions. We are at CP100 on the CSX Erie West subdivision, part of the New York Central's former water level route. Here we see a clear signal on track 2 for an eastbound Autorack train, CSX Q386. Here we see him climb the hill out of downtown Lake City, Pennsylvania. The signals at CP100 protect the crossovers just 3 miles to the east at CP97. And these signals give trains directions as they approach these turnouts and crossovers. Today's train, however, has the highball order and can continue all the way east, almost all the way to Buffalo, New York, on track 2. Today's train was led by a YN2 painted Dash 8 wide cab. These locomotives are fairly common CSX locomotives and frequently pull trains. Now let's watch on Monday, April 24th, 2017, as this locomotive gives us a horn show and passes these vintage New York Central signals. As soon as the engines pass these vintage New York Central signals, the color changed from a highball clear to a restricting red. The signal will remain red until the train is passed and out of the block at CP97. If these signals would stay on all the time, we would see the signals turn from red to yellow and eventually all the way back to green once the train is completely out of the premises, but these old New York Central signals just shut off as soon as the last car passes the signals. Currently, the Q386 is asking for permission to pass a work zone at CP94. Currently at CP94, work is being done to remove 2 classic New York Central bracket signals. The work is heading west and eventually will hit CP97 and CP100, right where we're at. This was one of the many reasons we visited CP100 this evening. Here we see the New York Central signals dark. At CP100, the signals do not turn on in the opposing direction until the engines have passed the indicator. Our next train was a westbound manifest train, Q324, led by a YN2 painted AC 4400 CW. Here we see the locomotive glowing at Fairplain Road. Watch as the signals turn on as soon as the locomotives pass the signals. As the last cars this manifest train clears, this would be our last train on April 24th. However, on April 26th, We came back out to this location to see the signals again. Our first train would be eastbound Autorack train Q245. Here we see him blow through the downtown crossings of Lake City, Pennsylvania. Meanwhile, to the back of our cameras, Q711, a westbound daily trash train, is coming around the curve in Fairview, Pennsylvania. These trains would have a meet pretty close together in front of us. As Q711 clears, the eastbound Autorack train is still passing us, although his rear end is very close. Note the aspect change on the top of the signal from a red to yellow, as the westbound trash train has now cleared the block. Yellow is indicating that another westbound train is within a couple blocks of this one, and will approach between 15 minutes to 30 minutes. The signals at CP 100 will stay lit until a westbound trash train hits CP 103, but then the signals will go dark. With the signals now off, we would then await our next train. About a half hour later, our next train was Q003, a westbound hotshot intermodal train. This train, however, came in a way very unexpected. Before this train appeared, chatter on the radio indicated that this train was switching from track 1 to track 2. This is a very unusual operation and very unusual to see. Here we see him on track 2, the normal eastbound track. The dispatcher switched him onto this track for an unknown reason, most likely to pass the westbound trash train. Today's train was led by AC 4400 CW number 118, which still retains its YN2 paint. This locomotive looked beautiful in the setting sun. As Q003 clears, we turn our cameras back to the signals and we see yellow over red. As soon as this train hits CP103, the signal will turn dark. With the sun setting very rapidly and the mosquitoes coming out, we can only withstand mosquito rain for one more train. Up next, we see a westbound intermodal train as he knocks down the signal on track 2 from a green to a red signal. This train also used to turn out to CP97 like Q003 did, most likely to pass the trash train. As this train heads off into the sunset and these classic signals turn off for the night, we thank you for watching 80 Productions and have a wonderful day. Happy rail fanning and train chasing.